one thing that is quite worrying for us to pay attention to really is the issue of the SML. That their government, as part of litany of corruption scandals under their stewardship, ably supported a private company to dupe these states millions of Ghana cedis, and in some cases millions of dollars, under the guise of revenue assurance contracts. And you remember that in opposition, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama didn't mince words when he said that upon assumption of office, the National Democratic Congress would not honor that agreement. And I am reliably informed that investigations into that have started.
Yes.
That explains why
The Office of the Special Prosecutor,
their Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, has decided to abscond from the jurisdiction of our country
he says it's
under dubious, unbelievable, and pathetic circumstances where he's made an attempt to use health as a ruse to evade justice. But I can assure you that this government will explore every legal avenue to ensure that Ken Ofori-Atta, who in truth is the citadel of corruption allegations against the Nana Bawumia regime in the last 8 years, is brought to face accountability measures as far as our laws are concerned. Because you see, to many of our compatriots out there, any commitment to accountability without Ken Ofori-Atta being a subject or at the center of such investigations, we would not have succeeded holistically in our fight against corruption and ensuring accountability in our body politic. And he knows that, because even leading members of the New Patriotic Party are up in arms, willing and ready at all times to support this government to bring Ken Ofori-Atta to book. Because we all know that in the last 8 years, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Ken Ofori-Atta, and to a very reasonable extent, their cousin, Ochiri Daku, became the alpha and omega of our governance system. And so there's no way you can understand the nature and extent of rot that happened under Nanado's stewardship without attempting to look into the operations of these individuals.
Okay.
Because they are the epitome of the Ghanaians when we were in opposition, and even not just the National Democratic Congress. In fact, they represent the epitome of what corruption looks like, and why we should be interested in investigating sin. Okay. So, and I'm pretty much convinced, even my brother agrees, because in the last 8 years, even though as a member of the then ruling party, the kind of excruciating hardship he and his family were subjected to, largely because of the policies and innate corruption of that regime. I'm sure he would be proud of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the National Democratic Congress commitment to ensuring that we bring justice once more to our body politics. So I won't be surprised if he supports the call for accountability and to hold his own people accountable. Because he himself is a living testimony of how poor government policies and corruption can affect your daily life.